Well, good afternoon, ladies.
Hello, Edward. What can we do for you?
Well, I'm here to see Monica, but she is expecting me. Would you be good enough to page her for me, please?
Nope.
I beg your pardon?
She's right there.
Oh.
Better be good, Edward.
Well, I told you on the phone.
Yes, you said there was a terrible crisis and you had to see me at once. So what's going on?
Well, we have a little problem.
Well, I know I have a problem. I am expected in surgery. You see, I am going to operate on a young girl with a damaged heart valve.
It's simple, Monica. I just need your signature on a couple of papers.
What papers?
Oh, ELQ business. You know, you own stock, so you, like the rest of us, have to sign practically every piece of paperwork that comes along of any significance, especially since it's the end of the fiscal year. But don't worry, it's nothing important.
It's nothing important? Nothing important, and I am due in surgery, and that is important?
Well, it's only going to take you a couple of seconds to sign them.
This is what was so urgent that you dragged me away, Edward. Why couldn't you wait? Take all these papers home. We can discuss it tonight.
Well, it cannot wait.
Well, neither can I.
Oh, come on. Be reasonable, Monica. The accountant is breathing down my neck.
Excuse me. Why is it you just found out about all this today?
I don't know. There must have been some kind of a mistake. Otherwise, they would have gotten the papers to me earlier. Anyway, you don't want some poor little clerk to lose his job just on account of you, do you?
Me?
Yeah. Well, I've got to get these papers messengered all over town, get some additional signatures on them, then get them into the mail. Even then, it's a toss-up if they're going to arrive in time. Come on, Monica. Sign them. Then we can discuss all the details later. Now, just...
Edward, wait a minute. I don't sign any papers until I've read them.
Well, can't you make an exception in this case? Look, would I lead you astray? Well, okay, would Alan?
What, he signed them?
Yes, of course, in all the right places. See? Eh? You satisfied?
Oh, I guess I'll have to. That or miss surgery.
Good. Now, just sign here.
Really, I don't believe this.
Come on. And over here.
Really, I mean...
And then the next two.
Isn't this a little unorganized?
Just blame the clerk who didn't get the papers to me on time.
Why don't you do that for me, Edward? I really have to get to an operation.
Father.
Alan, my boy, we did it.
You got Monica to sign it?
Oh, yes, but I couldn't have done it without you. I mean, if you hadn't told me the correct time to get together with her, why, I'd still be trying to figure out how to pull this thing off. No, she was so eager to get to surgery that she didn't care what she was agreeing to.
Listen, was it really necessary?
Oh, absolutely. Lorena called me, said she wanted to...
Alan,
Oh, hi.
what is going on with Edward?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, this whole song and dance of positively having to have papers signed today.
I don't know what you're talking about, Monica.
Alan, he came swooping in here, flapping a bunch of papers around and saying that he had to have them sign something about this crisis at the end of the fiscal year.
Oh, you know, Father, he has some kind of financial adventure every day of his life.
Well, yes, I know, but this time it was important that I have to sign these papers. I mean, I did it just to get rid of him, but what is the problem? I mean, I thought of wrapping up a fiscal year is just a routine matter.
Well, I would have thought so, yeah.
Well, then what is your father so anxious about?
I really don't know what to tell you, Monica.
Well, don't you know anything about the papers?
No.
You should. You signed them.
Did I?
Well, your signature was all over them when Edward handed them to me.
Oh, yes, I did. I signed them, but it seemed perfectly legitimate, you know.
Well, I would hope so.
Yeah.
So what were they about? Was it some sort of a declaration of taxable earnings or what?
I don't know.
Why not?
I didn't read the papers.
What?
I didn't read the papers. I was in a hurry, probably the same way that you were, so...
No, Alan, I had to be in surgery. That was my excuse. What was yours?
Well, it was, the fact that I was dealing with my father. It seemed perfectly routine.
Oh, boy. Boy, if you were as rotten a doctor as you are a businessman, they wouldn't let you near a tree, let alone a person.
Listen, if you can't trust your own father...
Well, that's fine for you to say, but he's not my father. It's difficult enough having him as a business associate.
What can I get you to drink?
Not a thing, thank you. Let's get down to business.
Very well. I asked you here this evening to hold you to your word.
Huh? Which word is that?
When you accepted my stock in the spa as payment for the construction work we had done, you promised to sell the stock back to me when I was ready to buy. I am.
Fine.
Then you'll allow me to repurchase my shares in Avalon.
Well, of course. Providing you have $250,000 in cash.
Well, actually, I don't.
Expect me to take it out in massages?
I have half the money.
I see.
$125,000 in cash, enough to buy back half the stock.
Sorry, it doesn't work that way, my dear.
What do you mean?
No sale.
But you...
All or nothing, Lorena. Now, that was the deal.
Who says?
Well, that's the way I remember it.
No, you just said you'd sell the stock back to me. You didn't say I had to buy it all at once.
Well, I didn't expect to sell it in small increments. Next thing I know, you're going to be asking me to let you buy one share at a time.
I am asking you to sell me back half the stock. That is hardly what I would call nickel and diming you. Edward, I have $125,000 in cash to give you. Now, if that isn't good faith, I don't know what is.
How'd you get so much money so quickly? Win a lottery?
How I got it is none of your concern.
Well, I'm just curious. I'm always interested in any scheme that nets such a large amount of money in such a short period of time. What'd you do? Figure out some system to beat the ponies? Come on, share the wealth.
As if you needed it.
Well, you never can have too much. What's your secret?
I have ways of raising money.
Oh, obviously.
And soon I will have all of it. Just keep my stock handy. I will be back to you with $250,000 before you know it.
Yeah, I cherish the prospect. You know, Lorena, you're a very ambitious young lady. I like that. I also admire your drive, not to mention your resourcefulness.
You haven't seen anything yet.
Oh, yes, my dear. You have a lot going for you. But you haven't got the stock.